Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Mastering Digital Map Management with Pointr Cloud. My name is Eva, and I'm the Product Marketing Manager at Pointr, and I'll be a host for today's live demo sessions. In today's product sessions, we will showcase our mapping solutions, focusing on Pointr Cloud, which is an easy-to-use map content management system that is capable of managing your maps and your map content, including your point of interest details, your wayfinding settings, as well as your beacon topologies on your map through Pointr Cloud. So we've got three experts from Pointr with us today to discuss this very exciting new development for Pointr. First, we got Jihan. He is our product development manager, and he's an expert specializing in CAD and GIS engineering and software development. And then we have Edip, who is our mobile SDK lead. He has more than 12 years of experiences in the industry and used to work at IBM and Huawei before joining Pointr. Then we have Masood, who is our web SDK lead, and he plays an extremely important role in bringing Pointr Cloud into reality today. So guys, would you want to say hi to everyone very quickly before we get started, please?
Hi, everyone. I'm Jihan, Product Development Manager at Pointr. Welcome to our webinar.
Hi, everyone. I'm Masood. I'm working as Web Team Lead in Pointr. Today, I'll talk to you about Web SDK.
Hi, this is Edip Toplan. I'm the Mobile SDK Team Lead. I'm going to show how Mobile SDK uses Pointr Cloud.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping notes for today's product sessions. During these sessions, you will have the opportunities to submit questions to today's presenters by using the Q&A tools on your control panel. And you can also send in your questions anytime during these sessions. We will be collecting these questions and addressing them in our Q&A sessions at the end of today's presentations. Also, the recording and slides will be made available after this webinar, and it will be sent to the email address that you used to register for this webinar. So, today's agenda. Firstly, I'll provide a quick overview of Pointr, who we are and what we do. And of course, I will talk about our smart mapping solutions and explaining how digital maps can enable location services and smart buildings, looking at some of the most interesting use cases around the world. Followed by a live demo of Pointr Cloud. In this live demo, I'll showcase how easy it is to manage your map content, including how to create your map on Pointr Cloud, and how to update your point of interest details directly on the Pointr Cloud dashboard. Then Jihan, Masood, and Edip, they will take over and dive deeper into explaining how the Pointr Cloud API works with our mobile and web SDK, and what kind of customizations and integrations are possible through our API. Finally, we will have a live Q&A session by the end of these presentations, where we will answer questions that you might have for today's presentations. And for the rest of the questions, if we don't have the time to answer it, don't worry about it. We will follow up with you through your email address. Very quickly, who is Pointr? We were founded in 2013 by a number of computer geeks, and our mission is to enable smart buildings with digital maps and location technologies throughout the world. To date, we have digitized more than 5,000 buildings, and we are live in 27 countries around the world. We also work with many Fortune 100 companies, including the world's largest commercial real estate companies, top US retailers, tech companies, and large hospitals and airports around the world. We have offices in Boston, London, and Turkey, and we have partners across the US, EMEA, and Asia region. What is our vision? Our vision is that any building can benefit from location services enabled from Pointr today. So here are some most exciting applications of digital maps in different sectors that we worked with our clients and partners. First, we work with major retailers to create a mobile store guide that is able to guide their shoppers to the right products with a digital tool right in their pocket. And for healthcare, we worked with hospitals to help their patients to find their appointments at hospital easily with digital maps and indoor-outdoor wayfinding. And we also work with one of the most prominent commercial real estate players in the world to create an excellent hybrid experience with location services. Lastly, in one of our smart city projects, we actually gamified wayfinding experiences with augmented reality for their visitors. With all these interesting use cases, digital map is really the cornerstone to enable your smart building. And whether you are building a consumer app to enable a store mode for your retail store, or you are shipping the location services into your applications to enhance your employee experiences, they all begin with indoor maps. So talking about Pointr Smart Mapping Solutions, here you can see we provide an end-to-end mapping solutions from the map productions, which is MapScale, that leverage the machine learning algorithms to automate the conversion process from the raw CAD file to a user-friendly interactive digital maps in a matter of minutes, and is capable of converting thousands of buildings, thousands of floor plans in a very short time as well. And then we have map content management systems, which is Pointr Cloud, which brings to our today's topic. This is a product that we developed to help our users easily create and manage their map content in one place without the need of knowing the programming or coding skills. And then finally, our SDK is able to roll out this map content to your end users or your consumer apps applications, which is available on both web and mobile applications. So let's dive just a little bit deeper into MapScale today. To give you an idea of how fast MapScale can convert your raw floor plans into an interactive digital map is that, for example, if you have a 20K square feet large building, it normally takes 6 hours for a manual mapping to do its job. But for MapScale, it only takes less than 6 minutes. In fact, we actually work with one of the largest retailers in the US to digitize and update their more than 2,000 stores every single Sunday with MapScale. But today, we won't get too much details into MapScale. But if you want to learn more about MapScale, we have a dedicated webinar on our website and also on our YouTube channels. And I also including a link on the slides here, which will be shared with you after this webinar. So if you're interested to learn more about MapScale, feel free to chip in and learn more about how we can convert thousands of floor plans in minutes. So with MapScale is great, but here's another scenario when you're on your indoor mapping journey. Imagine this. Your team uses MapScale to convert all the CAD files into interactive digital maps. That is great. But what if you find some small errors on your map, or one of your exhibitors just decided they want to change their booth locations or shapes last minute? Or if you're an operational manager for your building and you might need to inform your visitors that one of the elevators is temporarily out of order. But the thing is, you don't really want to update all your map content just because it's one or two small changes. And that's where Pointr Cloud comes in. So without further ado, I'll jump right into our Pointr Cloud dashboard just to show you how easy it is to create and manage your map content directly using Pointr Cloud. This is the first page we're landing on, which is the site page. In Pointr Cloud, there's actually a data hierarchy. You would have sites first, and within the sites, you can have multiple buildings. And for example, for a healthcare campus, you could have multiple medical buildings within a site. And then within the buildings, you could have multiple layers because normally you have many floors within the building. So you can see here, I already got my buildings ready here. And all our map is based on a real world map. You can actually georeference your map directly on the map using the longitude and latitude systems. And I've already got one floor here. So the floor you're seeing here is actually a digital map, a floor plan that your end user will see on the applications. There are point of interest, there are walls, there are walkways, map objects here. Everything is interactive, so you can see it's super easy to use. Super easy to edit the map content directly on your dashboard. So I'm going to show you how to create a new floor plans, create a new layers on top of this. So to create a new layers, simply make sure that you're on the layer page and there's a new buttons. You can click on it. And then here, there's an option saying upload map file. I'm going to use one of my example files as a GeoJSON file. So Pointr Cloud works with GeoJSON file, which is a universal format for a digital map. And you can get these GeoJSON files either from MapScale or from our mapping team. Once I've uploaded it, within seconds, you'll be able to see these beautiful interactive digital maps here. And for the level index is actually the number instance for your floor. If this is the first floor, I'm going to give you 1. And for the low name, you can name it, as you like. And once you're happy with the changes, just click on save. It will take a few seconds for you to update the systems to save the data here. Once you're on this floor, I'm going to show you like this is the floor that we just created. I'm going to change one of the PLI here just to show you how easy it is. So everything is interactive. For example, if I want to change the details for this point of interest, I can simply click on it. It will take me to the details, the content of this point of interest. So for example, I want to change the descriptions of this point of interest to, have it show some more detailed information for my users, my end users who's using the applications. I can say open time from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then there's a cut tool, which I can use to cut part of the, the shape out of this point of interest. I can make it smaller, or even I can change the shape of this point of interest. So for example, I want it to look like it's a circle, and I can do that as well. After I've done my changes, just click on save. And immediately you can see your point of interest has been changed. For the description that we just gave this point of interest is when they click on the point of interest, it's going to show on your users' applications, whether it's mobile or web. Right. So just to give you a very quick sneak peek of how to manage your wayfinding. So for the graph means this is like an existing pathway of your building here. And normally if you've got wayfinding enabled in your menu with Pointr, our mapping team should be already creating the path for your buildings like this. But to change it is very easy as well. You just need to go to the graph page. Here's the editing mode. You need to click on it to enable it. Then you can move this node to other places, or you can create a new node or create a new path here. So for example, I want to create a new path between here and here. I can just simply do that. That's how easy it is. So to publish your content to your applications is fairly easy as well. There's a ready to stage button here. Once you stage your content, you'll be able to preview it before you click on the publish button. So normally for the system, it will take a few minutes, depending on your map size, to publish your content to your applications, whether it's mobile or web applications. So I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Jihan, and he will talk a bit more about how Pointr Cloud API works with the rest of Pointr Deep Location platform's products. And then my colleague Masood and Adib, they will show the map result through the mobile applications and the web app applications. And they will also talk a bit deeper into how the customizations and integrations are possible through our SDK. So I'll hand it over to you, Jihan, now.
Thank you, Eva. I will take over from here. My name is Jihan, Product Development Manager at Pointr. Today, I'm going to go through the Pointr Deep Location platform. We are global technology leader in indoor location technology. To be a leader, we are fully focused on indoor mapping industry and have created a platform we call Pointr Deep Location. Today, I will tell you about Pointr Deep Location to create a seamless indoor map applications. When you decide to create your own indoor map application, some questions come to your mind. The indispensable component of indoor map application are, of course, indoor maps. So the first question comes to your mind is, how can I create 3D maps at scale? Generally, most of the venues have floor plans that were created at the time of building. Depending on the age of the buildings, most of the floor plans are stored in CAD files, which consist of only drawing objects. CAD files are not indoor maps. You need to convert them. I know it looks some complicated to convert lots of files, but no worries. We have map scale. And second question is, how can we manage maps effectively? Buildings are actually living organisms, and floor plans may need to be updated frequently. Will you always need an expert for updates? Answer is no. We have Pointr Cloud Dashboard. If you want to automate your process on Dashboard, we have Pointr Cloud REST API, and you can access and use all endpoints that are used by Pointr Cloud Dashboard. And the third question is, after update, how can we edit and publish in seconds? We have optimized publish mechanism. So your maps are created as GeoJSON and then converted to vector tiles for high performance automatically. And the last question is, how can we consume maps? The last question came from the word we are the best. We have easy to integrate mobile SDK and the web SDK. We have already learned that the first product is MapScale, which allows us to create a 3D smart indoor maps from CAD files in Heartbeat. And now we will find answer to the second question. How can we manage maps effectively? Pointr Cloud consists of two parts. First one is Pointr Cloud Dashboard. Pointr Cloud Dashboard is a content management system and a graphical interface designed to manage your digital maps, wayfinding, and beacons. And second one is Pointr Cloud REST API. Pointr Cloud REST API is a RESTful API allows you to manage your all data that can be edited on Pointr Cloud Dashboard from your code by using endpoints. So to summarize what you can do with Pointr Cloud, site building and layer management, creating and managing points of interest, map objects, obstacles, pathfinding graphs and transition points, beacons, and lots of coming features. Next step on the way, seamless indoor mapping apps is making map data ready for consumers. As you saw on the previous slide, we have two stages for creating output. Pointr Cloud stores map data in database. While Pointr Cloud Dashboard users are editing something on the maps, updates are done automatically on the database. There is one thing to be done by Pointr Cloud Dashboard user to make content is ready for consumer apps. Just click Publish on the Pointr Cloud Dashboard. Pointr Cloud publish mechanism consists of two phases. In the first phase, all data is read from the database and converted to GeoJSON files. Working with GeoJSON provides many advantages. Some of the advantages are easy to integrate for third-party GIS systems. Second is making easier to indoor-outdoor navigation, since we have used WGS 84, which is used by the most popular outdoor map providers. Second phase is converting GeoJSON into vector tiles. So what is the vector tiles and why do we need this conversion? The vector tile format is a vector data equivalent of raster image tiles for web mapping, with the strengths of tiling optimized for caching, scaling, and serving map imagery rapidly. We convert GeoJSONs into vector tiles to increase performance on consumer apps. This conversion is done automatically by the Pointr Cloud REST API under the hood inside the publish process. Some software as service companies only make this conversion and charge. The conversion is already part of our mapping system in version 8. And finally, we came to last question. How can we consume maps? Answer, we have easy to integrate mobile and web SDK. You can add new features to your mobile apps by leveraging our mobile SDK like 3D maps, wayfinding and POI search, level selector, level change, multiple building site support, custom drawing, augmenting reality, indoor-outdoor integrated blue dot, native and hybrid applications. And also, you create a responsive web apps for website and kiosks by using our web SDK. We have 9 teams behind these products as R&D, backend, web, mobile, QA, InfoSec, DevOps, design, and mapping. Today, web team lead Mesut and mobile team lead Edip will show some features of the powerful SDKs. And now I'm leaving the word to Edip. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Cihan. At the core, the mobile SDK is the location engine of the apps. You can get indoor as well as outdoor location of the device with very high accuracy. It is also possible to calculate turn-by-turn path between any points. You can manage data, search, and get information about point of interest that has been configured through Pointr Cloud. Mobile SDK already has a user interface that enables 3D maps, navigation, and search. And we also have augmented reality module. Mobile SDK calculates location information mainly by listening to Bluetooth beacons around. SDK also utilizes other sensors available on the phone, including gyroscope, accelerometer, and even the camera for augmented reality. We get beacons to monitor from Pointr Cloud API together with other information that will help us in localization, including obstacles in the building, first of all, level and building boundaries, obstacles within buildings, walkable places, and important locations like POIs. As Pointr, we provide clients the SDK, license key, and content archive which contains information for SDK to connect and fetch data from related Pointr Cloud instances. As soon as you get the callback about Pointr instance being ready, you can launch the widget and see the site or building you want in 3D map. Now I will go through some coding examples and see the SDK in action. This is the sample app we have on our documentation center. You need to have Pointr content zip file, which includes the information about the Pointr Cloud instance you are going to connect, the SDK is going to connect, and the license key for the SDK. And after you get the callback about Pointr state of being running, you can show the site or building you want. This is the application that we have. I'm selecting the first building. For buildings, we have multiple levels. And within each levels, we mark point of interest. We can select point of interest and get more information about them if we tap on them, or alternatively, we can search them. I cannot navigate to this location right now because I'm not in that building. So I'm going to simulate a beacon to pretend that as if I'm in that building, in another building actually. So let me select the building that I have beacon for. Now I have my location. From my location, I can go to any POI. I can see the turn-by-turn instructions to navigate there, or I can start a session to go to the location I want. This is the built-in experience we have in our mobile SDK. It is highly customizable. You can customize each component separately. And the experience for the Android is the same. You need to, in order to initiate SDK, you need to give the license key. You need to have the Pointr content zip file. And after you get the callback about Pointr state, you can start whatever you want to have a look, like a building or site. That's it from my side. Over to you, Mr.
Hi again, this is Mesut. Our Web SDK is built for web applications. It makes integration easy to Pointr services. Thanks to Web SDK, our clients are able to display their buildings on their web applications. You can see example output of our SDK on the screen, and we offer lots of functionality. You can implement your own requirements using our provided functionalities. Or if you just want to use it as it is also great. You will have most of functionality ready out of the box. SDK will show your buildings and your sites. You will be able to see different levels of your buildings. Your application will support POI search, will support static wayfinding. It will help your users to how they can go from point A to point B. Also, it will support both 2D and 3D maps that will enhance your visitors' experience. As I said earlier, our SDK's integration is really simple. I can proudly say this is a really good advantage for our developer users. For example, this will be what you will see with a few lines of code on your application, and you can find guides and more detailed information related to this integration on Pointr. It is under Web SDK Getting Started page. We also offer highly customizable UI. You can build your own customization. You can integrate your platform and your systems on top of. You can customize it as you like. You can disable some of our functionality and you can implement a new one. You can manage zoom levels, or you can restrict map to just display some area of the map. Or like in the example, if you have some other data, you can add it on top of our map. And in the example, you are in a clustered data. As you zoom into it, it displays all points. But when you zoom out, it gets clustered. And this allows you to display your data in more performant way. Another example of adding third-party asset tracking functionality of our Web SDK. Also, you can add your special buttons, your links, or the things you want to promote. Most of these features are available at the moment, but some of them will be available on December. You can find these guides on Pointr Docs. And besides Web SDK, we also offer sample projects you can use. For example, the sample page you see on the screen is built with our Web SDK. And today I will share a live demo with it. Let me start it actually. Okay, to our application. And this is the reflect change from Eva. She added this description and it's in here. And let me start application from again. And this is our starting point. When you zoom into it, you are able to see our new levels. And that PI was in here. It's luxury accessories. It's in here. As you can see, we are able to see it in building mode. We are able to zoom out. And we are seeing all the site in here. As Edip mentioned earlier, we can click on PI. They are interactables. And when I click them, I'm able to start a wayfinding between them. For example, select PI and start a wayfinding between them. Let's select one. Maybe we can select this one to, let's say, to door one. Okay. And when I click the show directions, it's going to show me the directions. For example, I can optimize my view and you can see it like this. And as I said earlier, this is our sample project and we have a category list in here and we have a search bar. I can easily add a new category since this is a template project. And let's say I have one ready in here. I added help desk category here. I'm specifying its icon. Then I need to state it contains help desk type coded PIs. And when I go back to the application, it's here. We can see all help desks PI in here. I can click that one and I will see that it's gonna change level automatically. Also, it's possible to search a PI. For example, we can go this one. And that's all from Pointr Web SDK and sample app. Thank you for listening. We are back to you, Cihan.
Hello, everyone. It's Cihan again. And at this stage, I would like to go over answers of these questions. The first one is, what is new with new Pointr Cloud version 8? And second one is, what features are going to be coming soon? And the last one is, how can you learn more details about Pointr Deep Location? Pointr Cloud Dashboard version 8 is not only CMS, but also powerful online GIS editor. So you don't need map masters to edit and update your maps in seconds. You can see what you change on your mobile app in minutes. You can do all of them user-friendly and flexible Pointr Cloud Dashboard, as easily as to update your Facebook profile. Pointr Cloud version 8 has powerful, optimized publish that make us achieve the world's largest indoor mapping deployment. 280 million square feet across 2,000 sites, and these apps are used by 13 million monthly active users, which drives 65 million visits per month. All of these are possible with new Pointr Cloud version 8 powerful system architecture. So let's move on with new positioning algorithm. Pointr Cloud version 8 has brand new engine with improved accuracy. It is 20% more accurate, and this is a very important development in the field of indoor mapping, where accuracy of distances are very important. And the next point is more seamless indoor-outdoor wayfinding. If you are looking for a solution provider regarding indoor-outdoor wayfinding, Pointr Cloud version 8 is absolutely what you're looking for. And finally, I would like to go back to the point I mentioned earlier. Native GeoJSON support is one of the most important features of Pointr Cloud version 8 that make us most of the integration possible with third-party GIS applications. There are lots of outstanding features on new Pointr Cloud, and we don't have time to deep dive into all of them. And now, let's look at our features that will be available coming soon, what our teams have already started to work together. As I told before, we have been working to add lots of features to our Pointr deep location platforms to make consolidate its first rank position between the indoor map solutions. One of the most important features is Map Scale REST API. This feature will make creating indoor maps possible for our client by just posting a request on the API. And also it will be integrated into Pointr Cloud dashboard, and drag and drop indoor mapping creation will be available on Pointr Cloud dashboard as well. The second important feature that will be available coming soon is virtual geofencing. You will be able to manage virtual geofences on Pointr Cloud dashboard, and your integration developer can implement user scenarios like entering and exiting events on your apps by leveraging our SDKs. Virtual geofences will be available for indoor as well as outdoor together. And the next coming soon feature is analytics. You are going to get analytic insights from the dashboard with this feature. And also the other one, auto-routing integration into Pointr Cloud dashboard is another outstanding feature is on our roadmap. With this feature, you do not need to create your graphs node by node. Another feature will be available coming soon is beacon battery reporting. You will be able to see latest status of all beacons on your dashboard. These are some of our roadmap items. There are lots of things in our to-do list. As an agile company, we can add new requests from our clients. Before I say goodbye, I would like to add one more thing. We have a documentation center that contains where you can find all the information you need about our products. And thank you for attention again. Now I'm leaving the word to Eva.
Thank you, Cihan. I'll take over from here then. So now we are going to our Q&A sessions, and I can see that we've already got some quite interesting questions here. Let me pull those questions out. Just one sec. The first questions, we have it here. It's, I think this one can probably go to you, Cihan, is what kind of map data and format that works the best with Pointr Cloud and Map Scale?
Thank you, Eva, for the question. Map Scale for now support only DXF file, but in coming feature also it will support the WG and also PDF floor plans. For the dashboard, you can upload only GeoJSON files to Pointr Cloud dashboard. But we have powerful mapping team, so we can convert all kind of data into the GeoJSONs. So there is no limitation about floor plans.
Right, thank you, Cihan. I've got a second question here is that, can I change the shape location of my other map objects, for example, my aisles, my corridors within the building? How can I change the wayfinding settings, for examples, on Pointr Cloud? So I think this one, maybe Mesu, you can help answer this.
Yeah, sure, I can answer this one. Yeah, it's possible, as you showed in your live demo, it's possible to modify a content. Anyone can go in edit page and change their shape. It's possible to edit polygons, points. Yeah, that's possible via Pointr Cloud dashboard.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Mesut. So the third question is it possible to use my own map with Pointr Cloud? I think this one may be added. Maybe you can help to answer this.
Yes, you can use your own map if it's available, but you need to fill in the information required for SDK to work. So SDK only communicates with Pointr Cloud, and it gets data from Pointr Cloud. So you can use your own map, but you still have to configure Pointr Cloud instance.
Right, thank you, Edip. So I think the easiest ways is to use our end-to-end mapping solutions. That will save you a lot of troubles, actually. And also with the third-party map, sometimes there's like integrations work, so it's gonna add much workload for your team if you do that. But having said that, our software is very easy to integrate and customizable. So yes, the answer is you can use your own map with Pointr Cloud. Yeah. Right. Cool. Thank you, Edip. And we've got another question is, okay, so I guess this question is, where can I find the resource to help me customize my Pointr Maps? I think, Jihan, you have already mentioned that we have a documentation site. And also, I think, Masood, you are kind of preparing a page for that as well, like including the tutorial and the sample project on the documentation on our documentation site for people to use it.
We have Pointr documentation. It's pointr.docs.pointr.tech. You can find all of our guides and documentation in there. We have documentation for mobile SDK, web SDK, or any other question you can think of.
Yeah, thank you, Masood. So I was thinking like Masood just show you guys that this kind of like customization, for example, adding the categories on top of the map web SDK still needs a certain level of coding works behind it. But we created a simple project that is, to make your life easier. So your developers can actually work on that, shorten their times on working on the customizations project if they use our simple project files. Cool. So let's move on to the next question. Can I highlight certain point of interest or zones on my maps directly? I think that's the upcoming features that we're going to have. So I think, Masood, maybe you know more about this.
Yeah, I can also answer this one. Yes, actually, we have customization. We are able to do customization as I showed in the slides. It's possible to disable a zone, or you can add another POI in your data, but you can also use our POIs. We also have highlight function. You can call it, and it's going to highlight that location.
Right. Cool. Thank you, Masood. We are just going to answer 2 more questions, and then we can probably end this part of the session. So for the rest of the questions, we will follow up with you guys through email, as mentioned in the beginning of this webinar. So another question is, can I show my own data on Pointr Maps by pulling them from the third-party API? I think, Jihan, maybe you can help answer these questions.
Thank you, Eva. Yes, they can. In the runtime, they can get the data from their own API, and we have custom drawing features for both of our SDK, mobile and web SDK, and they can show the data by using this feature. So yes, we can say that they can implement this user scenario by using custom drawing features. And also we have detailed documentation about custom drawing and with samples on our Pointr docs.
Oh, thank you, Jihan. And I think like in a real world use cases is that you can pull the location data and have it showed it on Pointr Maps. It's not our out of box features, but it's possible through through our API. So that's.
Yeah, for example, if they can keep their assets location data on their system, they can get the data from their API and implement their asset tracking system by using our web and mobile SDK. And there are lots of use case scenarios about this feature.
Yeah. So for one of the examples in the workplace sectors that we worked on is our web SDK is able to show if this meeting room is occupied or not. So that's one of the real world use cases that is possible to do it.
They can update the data and they can show it is occupied or it's okay to use. And there are different user scenarios.
Yeah. So, okay, come to the last question. How many sites and buildings can Pointr Cloud support? I think maybe Jihan, you can answer this as well.
Yes, Eva. And as you know, there is no limit for Pointr. But for now, we can say that we achieved world's largest indoor mapping deployment. And with this deployment, 280 million square feet across 2,000 sites. And these apps are used by 13 million monthly active users, and which drives 65 million visits per month. Maybe these numbers say that there is no limit for the Pointr.
Thank you, Cihan. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Cihan, Mesut, Edip, for presenting such an exciting new development for Pointr's mapping solutions and explaining how Pointr SDK actually works and how they can be very scalable and customizable and easy to integrate. So if you have any other questions or business opportunities that you want to discuss with us, feel free to contact us via our phone and emails, which is on this slide. Also, just a small reminder that you will be receiving a survey, and we'd appreciate it if you can provide some of your feedback regarding today's session so we know what kind of topic you'll be interested to know next time, and we'll take into account for our next upcoming product sessions. You'll also receive a follow-up email with today's recording and slides as mentioned via your email after this webinar. And finally, thank you everyone for attending Pointr's product session today. And we hope this information can help you with your mapping journey, whether you're already on one or preparing to start one. Have a great day, and we look forward to hearing from you guys. So guys, do you want to say bye to everyone?
Thank you everyone for your joining today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time, and goodbye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.